Hi everybody. What we're trying to do today is try and build a Spring Boot application, web application in less than 5 minutes. So let's get started. Let's choose a Spring Starter project here. And once you do that, you have to give a name to it. Let's call it Spring Boot. Let's call it Spring Boot here, and we'll call it. And let's leave it to the defaults. Other things like we choose Java 8, and we could probably use Gradle here, but I'll go with Maven, and packaging is jar. Of course, language is Java. What we need to do here on the next page is choose tags for my POM, which would include other starter jars. So I would go for frequently used web. You could choose it from here. Since I'm trying to build a Spring Boot starter web application, so I would need the web. And what you see here is just a URL from where you could actually download the zip file for this scaffolding. You could do this manually if you didn't use STS. You could do this with Eclipse. So alright, I choose the thread here, and so yeah, what we have now over here is a Spring Boot project. And let me just do Maven clean and install here. So yeah, I did a clean, and what I also want to do is an install. What is important to mention here is there would be an embedded Tomcat which would port 8080, and we would get an error if the port 8080 is already occupied. Here we see an error in the pom.ml. Probably I need to choose your JDK for configuration here. So I just go and add the JDK instead of choosing the JRE, and that should work for me, and not select the JRE. So yeah, now let me do a install again to get the right libraries, and then we could run the Spring Boot application to see probably a hello world. So yeah, combine one source, and running the retest, and yeah, it's working fine here. Started the application, 0 failures, and yeah, build success. What I would do is have a hello world printed in my application, so I could probably see it. So let me just have a logger here, and so let's just say logger.info and say hello world before we try to run this. So yeah, once this is done, I could now just simply run as a Spring Boot app. I may get an error here for port 80, but that's a good sign, so I'll show you how to support. Yeah, so we have an error here. So let's go and change the port to something else. You change all this in the application properties file, and what I simply do is I give the server.port, and let's put it to 7777. And now if I just say run a Spring Boot app or some simple Java application, I think should be good. Yeah, so we do see a hello world printed here, and yeah, so that's about it. Spring Boot in less than 5 minutes. We could easily start and get running. The pom.xml, if we want to have a look, is here. The Spring Boot starter web is what we get, and a Spring Boot starter test.